everybody, today I'm going to talk about close calls that I've experienced. Now if you're new here, consider not to sub or ring the bell. So before I start this video guys, I want to say I'm so sorry for not posting much. I think the last time I uploaded was like a month ago. So thank you guys so much for being patient with me. It will be a little rocky in terms of uploads once I start my new job and stuff like that. So I'll let you guys know in a future update video. But I kind of want to talk about close calls in my life that I've really experienced, and I kind of want to talk about it. So yeah, let's get started. So the first one is NFTs. So I was around, mostly everyone was around when the whole NFT trend exploded. And I actually was working at a thrift store at the time. That was my first ever job with a guy who was very interested in NFTs. And when I first heard about it was from him. So he was talking about how all this crypto stuff was gonna make him rich. He claims that he made a lot of money, which I don't know if that was true. But he was around 40 years old or so. He had a wife and kids. So I just felt kind of weird about it. It was kind of like an impulse thought type of thing. I'm like, oh, what if I did get into this? But I don't think I was ever gonna do it. I was pretty unsatisfied with the fact that even though I was sad about getting fired from that job, I wasn't really happy there anyway. Right after I got fired, and a few months after I last worked there, the trend crashed. And I'm so glad I didn't invest in it, because I felt like I would have lost a lot of money. And I wasn't getting really paid much anyway. The minimum wage did go up to $12 an hour around that time here, but I just felt like the work was not worth the money. I didn't get fired because of any behavior, they just needed someone more capable. But yeah, so, I'm so glad I didn't do it, because NFTs are considered a joke nowadays. It's just that weird thing in 2022 that happened. But yeah. Number 2 is dropping out before COVID. So, back the time when I did all this school stuff, I hated it. I've talked about in a separate video, that I was a crazy kid in school, that I absolutely despise school. I'm so glad I'm done with it. But there was a period of time back around early 2020, where I was thinking about getting my GED instead. And my parents were starting to get a little desperate, which for good reason. I was really tough when it comes to school and my mental health. They were saying if I could get my GED, that they would take me to Disney World. And, I've been to Disney World multiple times at this point. I was really wanting to go, but then, right around when I made that, or when I was thinking about making that decision, COVID hit. And everyone knows that COVID was freaking terrible. It's just so awful. Millions of people died, and the whole quarantine, we were lockdown, around March. And I was making this decision, or I was thinking about doing it back in January and February. It was when I was still in public school, and I don't remember if I was in homebound. I think I was. I'm really glad that I did not make that decision, because as much as COVID sucked, I think COVID, one of the few things that it did do good for me was the fact that it changed my mind on me wanting to get my GED and dropping out. I'm so glad I stuck to being able to get my high school diploma, because nowadays GED it's not really considered for most jobs, and it's already terrible to get a job nowadays. The job market is awful. I can't imagine trying to find a job if I only have my GED. I know that it might be high school equivalent to a diploma, but I'm so glad I didn't risk it. So that's one of the few things that I will give COVID for, is that I did stick to it and get my high school diploma. So I'm so glad I did it. But yeah. Number 3 is my car crash. I had a really big car crash back in, I think it was June of 2024, almost 2 years ago now. It's crazy. So I was trying to pull out of a McDonald's near me, and I've done this road many times, and it's always kind of made me nervous with this road, because what it is that it's 2 lanes going opposite directions, so you have to pull out and you have to make sure all 4 lanes were clear. And I was already scared of this turn, but I thought I was fine. But then when I pulled out, I think it was like an SUV struck me. And, I mean, not me, but it struck my car. So my car was completely totaled. And, luckily there were no injuries, thank God. Because I really don't want to have that guilt for the rest of my life killing someone accidentally. But yeah, my car was totaled. I could never drive it again. And, like, I have a few images of that. But, the other person was able to drive away. Because I know some people kind of react differently to things like that happening to them. But she had no sympathy for me. Like, especially since my car was way worse damage than hers was. She actually tried to sue me. So, yeah, so... that didn't go through, fortunately, but I will acknowledge that I was completely at fault. It's kind of weird because what's interesting is that, like, the police came there, and I didn't get a ticket. They just said, hey, this is just completely by accident. So I somehow didn't get cited. I guess maybe they just gave me the benefit of the doubt. Because, like, I thought for sure I was gonna get a ticket or maybe arrested. But yeah, so they did not charge me, or they did not ticket me, which is crazy because my car was completely totaled. But yeah, so that was probably one of the scariest things that has ever happened in my entire life. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I would never go through that again. Like, it was awful. But yeah. Number 4 is a close-by tornado. So this was in the tornado outbreak of April 30th, 2019. And I remember that day pretty specifically because I saw that we were gonna have severe weather, and like I've always been kind of interested in weather and stuff like that. But honestly, I didn't even really know what I was doing in terms of forecasting it because I was younger. So like I really didn't know as much info as I do now. But I knew that there was gonna be a threat. Then there was a lot of tornado warnings around my area, and we got one, and apparently what happened is that there was a tornado really close to us. Now, I didn't hear the freight train sound or anything that tornadoes make, so it might not have been that close, but it was around a mile away where an EF2 tornado struck a kind of like a suburban neighborhood around us, and like it wasn't like completely devastation, but it did like really damage a few homes. And luckily no one was injured or no one died, but like it was so crazy having a tornado that close when we woke up the next morning. Like, I mean, I don't think we've had a tornado like that since here. And what's really good about our area is it's very hilly, so it wouldn't be able to form very much here. It would have a little bit of a difficult time organizing, but my sister and the exchange student that we had at the time actually helped clean the damage, which was really cool of them because like it was kind of like an organized effort. I really liked how the community came together for these people. But yeah, so that was really cool. And actually, another thing is that they canceled school, which the school district that I used to go to never cancels school for severe weather unless they absolutely have to. And apparently what happened is that they got some damage themselves to the school. Now, it wasn't like major or anything, but they had a little bit of damage. So, like, they never closed school. Like, when we saw that they closed school, we knew it was serious because, like, they never do that here. So, yeah, so that was kind of crazy. And the last one is beating the retro video game prices, or the hype. So, this one is kind of a little bit lighter-hearted compared to the other ones, but I kind of want to end with this one to not make the video entirely depressing. I beat most of the video game prices that are ridiculous now. Everyone knows that the video game prices in terms of like Atari, well, Atari's a little bit lower, but like NES, Super Nintendo, mainly the Nintendo consoles, they suck. Like, everything's expensive now. I've ranted about this in the last video. Everything's expensive now. Maybe a few of the Atari things are still pretty cheap, but I am so annoyed with everything being priced insane. But what happened is that I managed to get everything that I really wanted before the hype. So I started collecting around 2017 or so, and that's when I think the first time I got a retro console was not even me. Like, my dad found a Super Nintendo for 30 bucks and he just got it for me, which was really cool of him because Super Nintendo prices now are horrible. They're like over 150 bucks. And also, it included 2 controllers. I don't remember if it included Super Mario World, but it was a really good deal. I remember I got Atari for like 70 bucks with like 25 games and 4 controllers. Like, I used to get good deals. I just used to get consoles really cheap. And now everything's so expensive, and it's really went up after COVID. Like, I feel like when COVID hit, and once all these people experienced like the lockdowns and all that, they just thought that all these prices these consoles that were mass produced are worth an arm and a leg. I just don't understand why people are still spending the prices that they are. And I don't know if it's going to go back to the way it was. I don't think it will. So what I'm trying to do now is, because I've been collecting all these VHSs and stuff, I mean, I am a little bit more happy that people are getting back into physical media, but I know these are going to go up because like, I mean, some of these over on the front are already expensive, but I'm trying to get all the VHSs that I want to beat that wave like I did with retro gaming. But actually, the thing is, back in the retro gaming thing, I didn't know it was going to get that expensive. But now that I have that experience of being priced out, I want to do it with VHS before it gets really bad. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I know that I haven't posted in a while, and I'm so sorry about that, but I do want to post more often. So thank you guys so much for being patient with me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.